Garzey's Wing is an anime that must be seen to be believed. It is the kind of atemporal experience that you will only find a few times in your life, and the most quotable piece of media to ever exist. So, how did this masterpiece come to be, and why is Chris surrounded by 12th and 13th century foreigners? You're likely familiar with the creator and director of Mobile Suit Gundam, the man who revolutionized the mecha genre, Yoshiyuki Tomino. After the success of Gundam, he was given complete creative control over his future works, which was the fatal mistake that led him to creating Garzey's Wing. With no one to stop him, Tomino tried to cram a massive fantasy epic beyond the scale of even a 24-episode series into 3 30-minute OVAs without cutting any of the content. And there is a lot of content. Involving dinosaurs, dull swords, and a high school reunion pool party, Tomino's latest masterpiece was doomed to sprint forward at an incomprehensible pace for the entirety of its runtime, at the expense of actually making any resemblance of sense. Soon after its release, Garzey's Wing was already notorious for its sheer insanity, but that didn't stop a company called Central Park Media from trying to dub it, due to the decision of owner John O'Donnell, who also happened to be a huge fan of MD Geist, an anime whose quality is widely regarded as dubious at best. The dub was atrocious. The voice actors were so hilariously incompetent that I'm convinced they were just some random guys picked off the street outside the Central Park Media Manhattan office, who had a script and microphone shoved in front of them for some quick cash. Most of the lines are shouted for no apparent reason. The main character fumbles on a Japanese name in the first line, which they decided to keep in the final take, probably because there only was one take. Even the script itself is a disaster, containing the most awkward and unwieldy English I have ever heard. From the first scene, you immediately know that something has gone horribly wrong. It opens with Chris explaining to his girlfriend that he must go to his high school reunion pool party, and then cuts to a cicada dying on the side of the road, and then back to Chris, who is now on a motorbike and gets picked up by a rainbow goose, while mumbling something about a mysterious Shiratori's shrine. It doesn't make any more sense in the context of the show. That isn't to imply that Garzey's Wing is bad, however. It is unironically one of my favourite anime. Just like the integer overflow errors that caused Civilization's Gandhi to nuke everyone, and a casino machine to print a $42 million ticket, the quality of Garzey's Wing was so poor that it wrapped around to become amazing. I highly recommend you go watch at least the first episode. At the low price of 30 minutes out of your day, you will not be disappointed. The second and third episodes aren't as good as the first, due to the concentration of ridiculous one-liners being noticeably lower, but are still passable entertainment. You may find yourself zoning out as characters ramble about some fantasy bullshit that's never been mentioned before and never will be again, only to suddenly be brought back to full attention by an impromptu anti-drug speech by our main character, Lord Chris, Holy Warrior. If I have failed to convince you of the comedic merit of Garzey's Wing thus far, here are a couple highlights.
Because we can communicate with each other through these bells, it might lead to a way to get back through the bells. Can you find a way to get back from there?
Huh?
Oh my god, I felt like I was having a dream. Ow! Ow! My body is aching. What happened? I was bruised all over my body because I had to fight naked. Mom told me I have bruises all over my body. Is there any connection to this? There is a war going on. Even dinosaurs are here. And they use bows and arrows. My sword is unbelievably dull. If you die over there, what will happen to me back here? I don't know whether our body and mind are split. I don't know how we got separated, but I think we are still one person. We died together? Probably. No, it can't be true! I'm not joking. 12th and 13th century foreigners surround me. I must somehow make sense of our convoluted situations. If you say you're in an Aura world, then I have to strengthen my mind. I must do chi, spiritual unification, and practice Zen meditation. I'm being chased by a real army! Huh? I know! I will do that here. Please do so! But really, how do I deal with this? Use the Jigen Ryu Kendo technique! Oh.
We need land and food for survival, for women to give birth to children.
Steve. If you could make me a holy warrior, we'll somehow manage, won't we?
Anyway, go watch this shit. You won't regret it. You can even find it on YouTube. Link in the description.